Hello folks, happy Resurrection Day, Easter 2024. I hope that you all went to church this morning, and I hope that you received a good message about Easter Sunday morning. I really do. Today, I'm gonna make a video I've been meaning to make for a while, and I need to make it before I run out of time. You say, Jeff, you plan on dying? No, that's not it. Before you run out of time to attract martins to a new martin site. You can see mine back here in the background. We've had martins here 25 years. We've been here, okay, I'm just gonna say 22 years. We've had martins here on the little farm. And I'm just gonna give you a little montage of martin housing that works for me here in North Georgia. Now, I started out, not a maraca. This is a gourd. This is a small gourd. It's too small for a martin, but I'm using it for the shape. Martins would not like this because it's too small. Once there's an entrance hole cut into it, avian predators such as hoot owls and owls in general, and hawks, even crows, can reach in and snag adult martins and baby martins. But this teardrop shape is what I want to demonstrate here. It's very symmetrical, has a neck on it that is very easily drilled to hang it by, so it kind of gently moves with the wind. And also when the martin lands on it, it will give a little bit of sway. Very good shape, just too small. Now, to prepare said gourd, of course, you must put a hole in it for the martins to be able to access it. They can't be beamed in like Dr. Spock. This is a hole saw. It is a 2-inch. If you look up on the interweb, you know, they'll tell you hole sizes for martins, but this has a drill bit in the center and a hole saw on the outside, so that drill bit will keep it going straight. That way it don't walk all over the place. But all you do, you just find a good place, and you know, you need to be about halfway up of the circumference, and just come in here and just boom. That's all you gotta do. Now, I am not gonna do that because I don't want to. And you say, well, what's that rattling in there? Gourd seeds. You can grow your own gourds. Although I've never had any luck trying to grow my own gourds. Never. There is a special moth. The gourd blooms, I think they open late evening. And there's a special moth, I think it's called a hawkbill moth, that pollinates these things. I've seen it happen a few times, but like I said, I've never had much luck. But once again, this is not the ideal martin gourd that you'd want to hang to try to attract martins. I thought I was going to hit myself in the head. Now this is more along the size of, you see, where'd the other one go? Okay. My hand on that one, my hand on this one. This one is larger. But your neck is all jacked up, because if you put a hole in here, you just see what I did? Put a hole here, it automatically tilts it back. It's not balanced. But it's a good example. This has kind of got a flat face. This is where you want to put your hole. Now you can put it on the more rounded, but if you got kind of a flat face, it just makes it a little bit easier to put the hole in it. Once again, you put a hole in here and you'd have to hang it. Also, you want to put a few holes in the bottom down here. That way any water got in it would drain out. Now you can put a little canopy over it, you know, that's something when you have more time to do it with. Y'all like my shirt? My son got this for me for my birthday. Now, we have these critters called European starlings. They are a menace to other cavity-dwelling birds such as purple martins and bluebirds. But some cat come up with a design of an entrance that starlings have a lot of trouble navigating. It's called a starling resistance entrance hole. S-R-E-H. I say SREH. I don't know if that's pronouncing it right or not. But this particular piece of equipment went with Natureline gourds. Now I got some Natureline gourds out there that are still good. They're a 2-piece gourd. I'll be right back. They're a 2-piece gourd that you have to put together that leaks. Moisture inside a martin house is not good. They don't like it. It just makes the nest nasty. Nasty. And 2, an owl at night can land on this, and after it's been sprung a few times, they can pop it out. Ask me how I know. So I have Naturelines back here that are still in use. They still work, so I'm not replacing them. But the entrance is what I mainly wanted to show you. And you can go online and, you know, type in starling resistance entrance hole, and I think this is like 1 3/16 inches, and of course then they have a dimension crosser there. And you want to round these corners. These corners right here are wing traps. So, but you can read all that. So then I come across this foobar. Now if you're using these, I'm not downing your gourds, but that comes off so easy. Once again, a 2-piece unit. You see the seam right here? There's screws that hold it together. It leaks. I think I found this at Tractor Supply. Not a fan. But now, like I said, if you have these at your site, I'm not telling you to go burn them. But now I'm fixing to show you the best martin gourd I've ever found, Baptist preacher style. Let me introduce you to the Super Gourd. The Super Gourd is 10 inches in circumference. The entrance, along with a textured landing pad, is in the middle. It has a screw-on access lid. It is already pre-drilled at the top for your wire and pre-drilled at the bottom for drain. Pay no attention to this mold, the mossy mold, whatever. That doesn't bother the martins any. The only thing I did to this one, I did add a vent to try to help it keep cooler. Now, I'm fixing to say something, and y'all probably ain't gonna believe me. I've had these Super Gourds for 18 years. And that's going on the low side. I'm thinking it's more like 20. I'm pretty sure as soon as I finally was able to get martins to nest in a natural gourd, I was looking, I was reading, I was trying to learn, and I found out about the Super Gourd. Troyer's Birds of Paradise. I think you can order them through there. Now I will tell you, they're a little pricey, but in my opinion, they're worth every penny that you pay for them. Now the only thing that I have done to the Super Gourds, other than adding the little vent, was the inside. Now martins are cavity dwellers, and I really need to redo this. They like it dark. Well, if you look inside that gourd, it's pretty dark. Now you can see some places where the black paint has been fleeked off. Same thing with the lid. I need to repaint these things. And what you do, you get that Krylon Fusion plastic paint, and you paint them black. You just take that lid off there like so, and you just take and spray it in there, and spray the lid, and let them air out a little bit, and put them back on the rack. No big deal. But by far, the best, in my opinion, marten housing ever developed by man. God made some good ones. Don't get me wrong. Now, back years and years ago, martens would nest in old abandoned woodpecker holes. I've never seen that. I've seen some stuff on the interweb about that, but here on the house, I've never seen that. But yes, this right here, the Super Gourd, the way to go. Now, you say, well, Jeff, it's already 1st of April. Don't worry about what day it is. It's Easter Sunday, but don't worry about what day it is concerning attracting martens to your site. Here at my location in North Georgia, the subadults show up 3rd, 4th week of April. 3rd or 4th week of April. Write that down. If you have a new site, that's the birds more than likely that you will attract to your site. The subadults, those are the young from last year coming back their first time from Brazil. Now, I'm not saying you won't get some 2nd year adults. You can, but more than likely you're gonna get 1st year adults. The best thing you can do is to have your gourds ready now, especially north of Georgia. I mean, because you know, the further north you are, the later it's gonna get those young birds show up. Now, I will suggest you get this thing, and I cannot find mine. I wanted to use it for a show and tell, but it's the Dawn Song CD. Dawn, D-A-W-N, like Delta Dawn, Dawn Song. Oh, that's what you need. And you need to play it in the mornings from about 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the mornings. Put it out there on your ghetto, on your big, boom box ballot blaster, and just point it up in the air and just let it play over and over again for 2 or 3 hours. That is what finally got me martens here. I don't have the best site for martens, but I've been able to keep them. Some years I have 15 pairs, some years I got 30 pairs. You know, it just depends. But anyway, I did want to give you a quick tutorial on the best type of marten housing. Now, this is going to cost you the most. These are going to cost you the least, but they're not going to last very long. These, I wouldn't waste my money on. They're small. I mean, they're small, they're double, they're a 2-piece unit, and you know, they're nothing like the Super Gourd. And these nature lines, I don't even think you can get them anymore. I think whoever was making them quit making them. But there again, I would, if you're gonna spend money for plastic gourds, put the extra to it, get you some Super Gourds. All right, so there you have it. That's marten season fire up in a nutshell. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you found this interesting, and even more than that, informational. I hope you learned something from it. So you got Jeff Eubanks here on farm, and I've got to take this bad boy back down there and put her back on the rack. You see that rack behind me that's lowered? I had to cut it off. Take the wire out of it so I could use it, demonstrate. Happy martening to all you former, previous, and present, and to-be made martineers. This is Jeff Eubanks here on the farm, wishing you a happy Easter. Give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.